Chapter 2, Section 5 is entitled Solving Equations Containing Integers. Alright, as you can see in red, we've got a whole lot of detail here, information on how we solve equations that you saw in class today. Remember, you want to put the variables on the left side of the equal sign and the constants or the lonesome numbers or whatever you want to call them on the right side of the equal sign. Anytime you want to move something to the opposite side, if you want to move it from the left to the right or the right to the left, you have to do the opposite. You can flip the sides if you need to, and your goal when it's all said and done is to get the variable alone on the left side. So let's take a look at number 1. N minus 6 equals negative 2. Now this has got some good things here. In number 1, we see that we do have a variable on the left side, n, and we do also have a lonesome number that's on the right side, negative 2. What's not so good is this 6. Again, my goal is to make this so I can solve for n to get n by itself on the left side of the equal sign. So that means this 6 has got to travel over to the right side. How do I move it to the opposite side to solve the equation? Well, I do the opposite. All right. Notice that 6 has got a big old subtraction sign in front of it. So the opposite is going to be to add. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Right? Again, the reason we do it to both sides, think about balancing a scale. If I have a scale that's balanced, let's just say I have blocks on it to make it simple, and I add 6 blocks to one side. Well, the only way to keep the scale balanced is to add 6 blocks to the other side. And that's basically what solving an equation is. It's a delicate balance of a scale. What happens over here on this left side is the minus 6 and plus 6 cancel each other out. And what does that just leave me with? N. Well, that's good because remember, my goal is to get the variable alone on the left side of the equal sign. All right. Over here, I've got negative 2 plus 6, which changes into something else entirely. Negative 2 plus 6, as you know from working with adding integers, is going to change into a 4. And that would be the solution. N equals 4. You can check it anytime you want. That's not hard. All you have to do is take this 4 and plug it back in for n. And what you're going to do is you're going to solve out the left side in this case. And the left side and the right side should make the same thing. Well, 4 minus 6 is negative 2 on the left there, and the right side says negative 2. And that's how we know we solved this correctly. The left and the right side are in balance. They are the same. Now, taking a look at number 9, number 9 should look a little bit jinky to you because the variable is on the right side of the equal sign. But if you remember from our rules back up here in top in red, I want the variables on the left side of the equal sign. And that's where this one over here in red comes in handy that says I can flip the sides. Anytime I need to, I can invert the left and the right side and come up with something that will work for me. So I'm going to write this and say negative 4s equals negative 20. And as you can see, that's good. And we'll talk about why we want to get the variable on the left later on when we get to inequalities. So right now you'll just have to take it at face value that this is where I want my variable. Okay, so I want a variable on the left, that's s, that's good. And I want a lonesome number over here on the right, the negative 20. What's not good is the negative 4. So negative 4 is going to have to move. All right, it's got to move over here to the right side. Well, again, anytime I want to move something to the opposite side of the equal sign, I have to do the opposite. Well, look at what this question says right now. Negative 4 times s, multiplying. So to do the opposite means I'm going to have to divide. And I'm going to divide out the negative 4 on both sides. Well, the negative 4's cancel each other out and just leaves me s. And over here I've got negative 20 divided by negative 4. Negative 20 divided by negative 4 is positive 5. And again, we can go back and check that if we want. All I'd have to do now is take this 5 and plug it in there for s. And I should get the same thing on the left side as I have on the right. Negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. No surprise, the other side says negative 20. So I've balanced the equation. All right, here's number 12. R divided by negative 7 equals 4. Well, let's go to our rules. I do want a variable on the left side. That's good. And I do want a lonesome number on the right side. That's good, a constant. What's not good is this negative 7. Remember, the only thing I want over here when it's done is the variable. So I've got to move out negative 7. Well, right now this says to divide by negative 7. Remember, I move things by doing the opposite. So what's the opposite of dividing negative 7? Multiplying by negative 7. Now remember, as you saw in class, what you don't want to do is come down underneath here and write times negative 7 times negative 7. That's bad form in the world of math and math teachers. What you do to show that you're multiplying is you use giant parentheses, because remember, parentheses are one of the things that means multiply, and you're going to put those in parentheses and show that you're multiplying by negative 7. Right? The divide by negative 7, multiply by negative 7 cancels each other out. Right? And over here I'd have 4 times negative 7, which is negative 28. If you're having a hard time seeing why these cancel each other out, give yourself a simple problem. Let's go with 14. Okay, if I take 14 and divide by negative 7, that's negative 2. And then what did I do? I said I multiplied by negative 7. Well, if I do negative 2 times negative 7, that's 14. Well, look at that. I came right back to where I started. That's why dividing by negative 7 and multiplying by negative 7 cancel each other out. And in this case, why I just get r left on the left side like it's supposed to be and can solve to get r equals negative 28.